Everyone knows that feeling, wanting to experience more stories, but struggling to find the time. That's where Audible changes everything. With over 1 million audiobooks and Audible originals, there's a story waiting to spark anyone's imagination. Take The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, the gripping psychological thriller that's keeping listeners on the edge of their seats. Imagine unraveling its mysteries during your morning commute, or losing yourself in its twists and turns while doing household chores. That's the magic of Audible. It transforms daily routines into opportunities for thrilling discoveries. The best part? Members get access to thousands of included titles, with new content added regularly. From bestsellers to hidden gems, every genre imaginable is at their fingertips. And with one easy-to-use app, switching between favorites or discovering new passions has never been simpler. There's more to imagine when you listen. Start a free 30-day Audible trial and get your first audiobook free at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Don't ask me to talk.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm the other host. I am Stacy Heller.
Hello, Stacy. How you doing this week?
I am doing well. I narrowly avoided getting sick. My husband is sick.
You're doing well and feeling well.
I am doing great. It's my birthday week.
My headphones were too loud there for a second when you said that. It was like, wow. Jumped out of my seat here.
Yeah, well, that's because it's my birthday. It's
hey,
my birthday.
Happy birthday to ya.
Thank you. It's the 5th anniversary of my 50th birthday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, when most people lie about their age, they go for an age that's maybe, more youthful, more flattering. But you're just like keeping it real, just shaving off the edges.
It's a linguistic gymnastics thing because it'll take people a minute to realize what that age is.
Right.
And I was supposed to have a huge birthday party for my 50th. And that obviously was March 13th. Again, feel free to text or leave a birthday message
the day that this episode drops.
Yeah, at 475-999-2726. Belated wishes welcome as well.
Absolutely.
And
or asking at don'taskmetotalk.com.
Yeah, we had to run a test on that email with our guest last week, Kevin.
It worked.
We're like, does this thing work? Is this thing on? So anyway, back 5 years ago, you may recall around that time, March 13th, 2020, what was happening?
COVID, yeah.
So my big birthday bash, there was going to be a DJ and there was we were taking over some hotel and there was going to be couches and dancing and food and the whole nope, done. So that's why I keep saying that it's the anniversary of my 50th birthday. Yep. Yes.
So are you doing this big blowout bash now that it's been 5 years?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Just saving it for 60 then.
In fact, I have to work. So, hey, if you want to visit me, you can visit me at work.
Sounds like your 50th was about as exciting as mine.
Yeah. Wait, have you had your 50th?
I have, yes.
Okay, yeah. There were all these things, normally I have specific places that, let's do this for my birthday dinner. I used to pick.
When's the last time you had a proper birthday party where you invited or somebody invited guests over, there was cake, people were together and said happy birthday to you, maybe a present or two was exchanged?
I don't know.
Or given in tribute?
I don't really know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think for me. I think it was 17, maybe.
Wow. You're overdue.
Yeah.
You're really overdue.
Well.
By virtue of having 4 kids, that ends up becoming an event. Although this year, because Pete and I split the difference, he's 7 days earlier than me, we had brunch with the 2 kids that are local and sort of split the difference. Hey, happy birthday. And then the 2 kids that aren't local we just sent pictures to make them feel guilty. You know, a mother's prerogative.
Did you guys meet in March birthday club?
We did not.
Okay.
We did not.
You know, I was just thinking it's funny because my parents had their birthdays in the same week too. And you and Pete, you're both in the same week. And
I may have shared this
kind of
before. We have some interesting number stuff. So we are 7 years and 7 days apart. He's born on 3/6. I'm born on 3/13. Our anniversary is 6/13.
Oh, okay.
Which is sort of crazy, right?
I guess.
Well, the 6, he's the 6th, 13,
right.
I'm the 13th. Come on, Eric, go with me on this.
Sure.
So
I was just like over here, am I going to have to do math? That's not what I signed up for. But no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah no, it's kind of some cool like number stuff that's happening.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, number stuff. So I am looking forward to it, and also it's not that I'm not, I'm just sort of over it. Like, Pete is desperate. What do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I reserve the right to want something in the near future. Right now, I'm actually thinking about becoming one of those couples that does, some social media thing where instead of us trying recipes where we're like, what, does this really work? Let's try it. Or, like, hey, let's do that silly TikTok challenge where, I try to lift you on my back. No. I want to do a clean out the drawer with me and like go through drawers and be like, what is this for?
Ain't no party like a Stacy party because a Stacy party don't stop. There's always stuff to sort.
Exactly. I mean, can't you see it? Like, what is this thing? And I envision Pete being like, what the heck is that? How many juicers do we need? Or why do we have all these cheese knives? I think this could be a viral moment.
I guess, yeah. Or you can murder each other.
Or that would also be a viral moment.
Yeah, I guess. If the police decide to release the evidence.
Well, yeah. Well, it'll all be in the drawers. So anyway, that's my exciting life. What's going on with you?
Oh, I can't top that. I mean, but I am excited because St. Patty's Day is almost here.
Ah, your favorite time of year where you get to pretend that you're Irish.
Well, I am Irish.
Okay, you get
Irish
to pretend
descent.
that you live in Ireland.
Yeah.
And, do all the things that the Irish do, like dye their water green.
None of those things.
Have corned beef and cabbage.
Get blotto.
Drink.
At a bar with a gazillion other people.
A black and tan.
Yeah.
And Guinness.
No, that's racist.
It is?
Well, the black and tan.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Sorry. This is one of those moments. Are we going to have to bleep this out?
No. It'd be good to explain to folks. So the black and tans were British soldiers that got sent to Ireland to put down the Irish Revolution at the time.
Really?
Yeah. And, in 1917 to 1919, I think was about the time of that. And they were called black and tans because of World War I. Their uniforms were in short supply. So they had like mixed uniforms essentially. So they were called black and tans.
Wow.
And so, the drink is named after them. And it's not something you want to order in Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, tips and tricks.
Right?
Wow. Okay. So no black and tans, no dyeing the waterways green.
Yeah, they do that in Chicago, I think, for St. Patrick's Day. And they certainly don't do that in Ireland.
Now you're going to tell me that they don't have corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, that's an American thing.
Wait, really?
Absolutely, yeah. They have corned beef over there now, but that's because they had so many American tourists over the years going, can I get corned beef and cabbage, traditional Irish dish? And we were like, yeah, okay, sure.
we'll make a buck off of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
But over there, it would be more like they would have more like bacon and cabbage as a celebration for St. Patrick's Day. And that would be Irish bacon rather than American bacon. So it's a thicker cut. It's a little bit more like ham.
Is it like a Canadian type bacon?
Not
It's
exactly.
Irish bacon.
Yeah, it's Irish bacon.
Okay.
Or they call it rashers, I guess.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then, but do they do the cabbage thing? I don't like the cabbage thing. Like, I'd rather have coleslaw.
Coleslaw is cabbage.
Okay. But I would rather have the cabbage
Uncooked?
done, yes, like that. Like, and that's new for me, by the way. You know how we're always talking about my picky eating?
Right.
Well, it's new for me in the past probably 2 years that I'll even eat coleslaw.
Yeah.
So this
I think
big.
the problem is a lot of people overdo it with the cooking, with the boiling here.
Yeah,
They-
so that it looks like
yeah.
a sad, depressed
and it gets
Brussels
really
sprout.
soft, which I still like anyway. You can't really do it wrong, in my opinion, as far as taste goes. But I know a lot of people just don't like soggy cabbage, which I totally get. But what you might try is Irish dish called colcannon, which is like a mix of mashed potatoes and cabbage or kale. And together, that it's all just kind of whipped together. Right.
Okay.
And you got to strain that cabbage very well, or the kale, or you can use spring onions. That's really champ, but it's a similar dish.
Okay.
But it's a mash, and it just adds this nice tang, rich flavor to the mashed potatoes.
Really?
It's really good. Yeah.
So
And
is
it's
it all
really
like
simple,
mixed
but it's great.
together so that it's like it's not like some bumps and lumps of this in your mashed potatoes. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm a
it's-
child.
It's all mixed together. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's delicious. So
Okay.
that would be more of a traditional thing. So like this year, I've got Irish bangers, which are sausages,
They're not good songs.
right?
Like by the Dropkick Murphys or whatever it is.
And I'm gonna make the colcannon,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make my tea brack.
Ah,
so I'm
the
gonna have
tea brack.
I'm gonna have a real traditional Irish meal for St. Patrick's Day. But I'm also gonna make the corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes, and have some store-bought soda bread. Because even though none of those things are authentic, I still like them, and
Yeah,
it's
well.
like they're in the stores now, so I might as well indulge.
not?
Yeah. So I'm going to have two feasts, the Irish American feast and the Irish feast.
Wow. So what time should I be there?
Come on down.
I mean, okay. I am so happy for you that you're finally making the tea brack. You've been talking about this.
I know. It's
for
been like a
like-
year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But then I use the sultans, or that's what they call golden raisins, in my oatmeal, as we know. So I had to get more ingredients. Yeah. So
How are you doing with your oatmeal that you picked up from
I'm doing good.
the floor?
I've been doing. I'm almost out of the floor oatmeal.
Okay.
It didn't actually. I didn't get any of it off the floor. It was on top of a bin bucket.
Okay.
But I had to restock.
Wow.
And I found a package of mulberries in the cabinet that I completely forgot about. I've been stirring those bad boys in there. Fantastic.
I don't know what a mulberry is. I know that Dr. Seuss wrote, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street,
Right. And also, that's where the monkey chased the weasel.
around the mulberry bush.
That's right.
Wow, look at this. It's in literature.
That's right.
But what
yeah.
what is a mulberry actually like?
It's good. It's they're hard to describe. The thing is, I don't think they're necessarily all that great by themselves.
Okay.
They're dried mulberries, and so they're somewhat similar to raisins, but they're not that sweet. But I tell you what, if you mix them in with like some oatmeal and brown sugar, they add a real nice flavor. Yeah, so it's good. It's good times. And I'm glad that I found a way to use them, because when I bought them and said, ooh, mulberries, I've been hearing about these for years from Pop Goes the Weasel. And I tried one. And I was
Wow.
like, oh, I don't like this. But stirring it in the oatmeal, little brown sugar, top notch.
pop goes the Eric.
That's right.
I love that. That's so good. I'm on a fruit smoothie thing right now.
All right.
Strawberries, bananas, using as a base, some orange juice, and it's actually healthy for me. Can you believe this?
It sounds good. I mean, that's a lot of sugar.
Okay. Well, however, I'm not eating like either nothing or chowing down on some potato chips to take my vitamins.
Right.
So it's the baby steps.
Yes. I'm not arguing. I think fruit smoothies are delicious.
And it's and I've been sharing with my hubby. So
that's always nice.
I'm sharing the diabetes. But then I'm walking on my walking pad, which
that's right. You got a walking pad. You're taking those steps in the right direction. Even though my goal was to get in shape and your goal was I'm not doing a goal.
Yep.
And also I'm going to change up some of the words that I use.
Yep.
You're in fact doing my thing and I'm doing your thing, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up to 2 miles a day. Update. I don't know if I shared this last time on the show, but I had lost the remote for the walking pad, and it's walking pad. So the whole idea is that it doesn't have the thing at the arm level. And so I put it under the desk that can go up and down. Anyway, my workaround was to use a cane, a kind of like a wicker cane.
Life hack.
Right. And was using that to stab the thing so that I didn't have to bend over and trip. And I'll tell you what, the cane is supposed to stabilize you, but every time I did it, it sort of made me wobbly. And then, of course, I was trying to be cute and do like jazz walk and all this kind of stuff because why not? But then I found the remote.
Life is a cabaret, my friend.
100% the song that I sang, actually. You know me
Got
so
the
well.
little top hat and everything. Nice.
And I was doing the whole like ha-cha-cha. And almost fell, didn't, and then found the remote. So now all is calm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You probably put in more steps going around your house looking for the remote than you did on the walking pad. But
left
it all counts, right?
No stone unturned. I was like, it has got to be somewhere. And it was less about the remote and more about the insanity that I was feeling over. It was a short walk. How could I have lost this thing?
Yeah.
So
I do that all the time.
Yeah. It's early.
That's the story of my life.
Dementia? I don't know. Maybe it's the whole like 5th anniversary of 50 thing. I don't know what it is.
I think that's just called being human.
Right. I have to ask for being superhuman for my birthday. I don't know. Seems like a lot.
I don't know who's going to grant that, but
yeah, I don't know either. Do we need to take a break here?
We can.
Well, I mean, we can talk about other things.
Well, let's talk about other things.
Like National Craft Month?
Yeah, like mac and cheese and Velveeta?
No, not even for a second.
So not the craft I like.
No. Are you a DIY crafty kind of a guy?
Not really. I do a lot of like repairs myself, but as far as making
how's your treadmill?
It's fine. It's still inoperable, but
I like to check in occasionally.
One of these days, it's going to be up and running. I mean, it's up. It's just not running yet. I got to do some soldering. That's the problem.
Oh.
I never look forward to soldering. So
no, I don't even. Well, okay, that's crafty. Like people do soldering for jewelry making. You could make a necklace out of this treadmill.
I do it for electronics repair, so it's not as fun, you know.
Oh.
It is satisfying, though, once you repair something that was either going to go to the trash or you were going to, in theory, take it to some professional to repair.
Right.
But never happens because, that's a pain in the butt, and it always ends up being way more to repair than it is to replace something.
Of course.
So when you actually do it yourself, it's pretty satisfying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am also not terribly crafty, although I occasionally get caught in a social media spiral where, the latest trend seems to be take those pool noodles and use zip ties to create centerpieces for your table.
What?
Yeah. So imagine this. You take a pool noodle, and either it's, depending on the length of your table, you can either cut it in half and zip tie the two together. And then in the middle, I'm literally doing this with my hands, folks. Here, you can listen to me, like ripping paper and everything. So you've got the two pool noodles, right?
Okay.
And you zip tie the two ends. And then you can put like a vase in between them or some centerpiece item. And then you take flowers or greens, or in this latest one that I've been seeing, plastic Easter eggs that have been glue gunned to like a stick, and you stick them in there so that it's like florist foam. I know. This is why I watch this and I don't do this, because this is like, what? And you make a whole centerpiece. And it's like, oh, I could do that. But that's the only thing that's appealing. It's not really my personal taste, but I'm so like, I could do that. Or like,
sure, we all could.
Or like the take a bucket and put it upside down so it looks like the base of a gumball machine, and then take two plastic buckets and put them together, and you make like a fake gumball machine as an Easter basket.
Okay.
Like, there's some very cute ideas out there, but I don't have the time.
Right.
Also, these people have been scouting out the dollar store. Like, apparently the dollar store is, or Dollar General, or whatever these places are like the place to go for crafty people.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. You know, it's cheap.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, it's not my vibe, but I sort of sometimes want it to be my vibe, because I'm like, look at how cute and cheap that is. But then you also take it and, you know, you've spent $35 on all of these things that you've hot glue gunned, and then I end up just throwing it in the trash and nobody's home to look at it or appreciate it anyway.
Right. Okay.
And I could use that pool noodle in the pool when I go to the lake in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that seems like the sort of thing, not the mess that you make out of it, but the pool noodle seems like the sort of thing that you'd find at Costco. And I mentioned that because I recently renewed my Costco membership for the first time in like 3 years. And I
wandered, didn't you?
I did. I wandered through Costco. Yeah, because I had to see what had changed.
Of course.
Nothing had changed, really.
There's new samples.
Yeah, they got some different goodies, but I've never really been able to make Costco work for me because our family is 2 people and a dog. So, you know, buying things in huge bulk packages usually is not, you know, the best value for us. You know, you can get like the 4-pound container of salad, but then that's bad in like 2 days. So
right. But like, you could buy the storage shed where you store all the stuff for your excess.
Right.
You know, where all the extra dog food goes.
Yeah.
Or does Gertie eat like special cute dog food?
I give her high quality food, yes.
My cat gets like, you know, bottom of the barrel, like, here's some kibble. And here's. It's not that I don't love my cat. It's just that, I don't know. Apparently I wasn't raised to like do the highest quality food or something. Oh, now I'm finally going to hear from listeners who are like, you need to treat Cole better. He's your last cat. Get on it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
I'll make some recommendations during the break.
All right. Well, then let's take a break now. Jeez, I have to go to confession or something. To my cat god. All right. Keep listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk. We'll be right back after this scolding.
This is Eric Ryder reminding you to follow us on Facebook. We're at Don't Ask Me to Talk, and we're on Instagram, again, at Don't Ask Me to Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so check us out on social media and leave us a comment, leave us a like. Remember, you can always email us directly at asking@don'taskmetotalk.com or leave us a voicemail or text at 475-999-2726. That's 475-999-2726. And we're back right here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm Stacey Heller, and I have learned something new. The first ingredient in my cat's food needs to be a protein, and I would just like to say for the record, yes, my cat does get wet food.
Good.
So, I'm just saying, I feel like this is going to be a problem. All right, I want to get back to Costco. I want to ask...
Do you have a Costco membership?
I do have a Costco membership.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really like to buy there is like trash bags, bio bags, paper towels, toilet paper. Like those are the things. Every time we go into Costco, it's like I need to almost wear those blinders that like horses wear because otherwise, I mean, talk about like ADHD and Costco,
right?
Not a good mix.
Yeah. My girlfriend does not like to be in crowds, so it took some real heavy lifting to get her convinced to come with me to Costco.
Okay.
And sure enough, it was extremely crowded, but she made it.
Well,
everybody survived. It was good.
Go.
And we got a few deals.
Well, that's good.
Too.
Well, and it's
including the Irish bangers.
Well, it's such a mainstay, these days of like something for people to do.
Right.
People
I
just
mean,
wonder.
It really was kind of my cultural blind spot. I've been talking about that with the movies that I've been watching, but I mean, not being a member of Costco kind of feels like, especially around here, kind of feels like you're really missing out on something. And so I'm kind of glad to have that back, that like, I can go in there anytime I want. Right. You know what I mean?
I've got my membership card.
I do, yes. I'm special. I'm part of the club now, even though it doesn't really pencil out value-wise for me, which is why I haven't had a membership in years. But I recently signed up again, and this is not sponsored content, by the way.
No, we would love it. Because, by the way, fun fact, Costco is actually located in Issaquah, the headquarters, which is the town that I live in.
Right.
And Kirkland brand
signature
is named after Kirkland, Washington,
Absolutely.
Which is in King County, where we are currently recording this.
Yep.
So we'd love you to Costco to sponsor. Yeah, anyway. But you were saying?
I'm saying the reason why I signed up is because we've talked about I'm in the process of potentially buying a new car.
Yes.
One of the ways you can save on buying the new car and get it like $1,000 off is if you're a Costco member. Now, when I started looking...
Really?
Yeah.
What? Do you get it through Costco or do you...
Yeah.
What?
When I started looking, they're like, oh, are you a Costco member? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you could have got, $1,000 off. I'm like, oh, damn. I guess I should have been a Costco member. And it was like you had to have been a Costco member for 3 months, essentially.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting that deal. But now 3 months have passed since I started looking for the car. And I'm saying to myself, if I had gotten a Costco membership,
I could have a
when
car.
I started looking at this, I could be eligible for that savings.
Yes.
So I broke down. I got the membership, and now I'm imploring our listeners that are Costco savvy to send me their best deals, the things that they always get at Costco because they're A, unique to Costco, and B, that's the best price you find on them there. Because for me, it's like there's so much stuff I can't look at everything there, so I want to keep it to like specific items that each time I go, I'll stock up on this.
Right.
And stock up means buy one package of because
and have them in that storage shed that you have to buy.
Literally, I have not been a member for maybe 4 years now, and I bought the same 3-pack of dental rents from Crest that I was just down to my last month's worth of use.
Wow.
And I restocked on that. So now I'm back to 3 additional bottles of this stuff under the bathroom sink that I've had it's taken me 4 years to use up.
It was probably expired.
No, it expires later this year.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I got that. So now I'm set for the next decade on mouthwash.
Okay.
But yeah, it's those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
When I used to have my my cookie business, on buying unsalted butter, buying the large things of flour and sugar and the vanilla, all of those things made total sense. And then I've heard tell that the Kirkland Signature, some of the alcohol is really like a top-notch brand. It's just that they've, facilitated a deal to have to basically white label it and have it be the Kirkland brand. And so very often, the gin or maybe even the wine or vodka that you're having may be actually a really good brand.
I was looking for some Kirkland Signature cider, but
Oh, yeah.
that's a blind spot for them.
Ah,
So
hey, Costco
if you're listening,
people.
Costco, you need to make your own cider.
Yeah,
'Cause I would
we'd
suck
be
up on that.
Happy
Yeah.
to be sponsored by the Kirkland brand cider.
Yeah, do it.
Interesting.
That would be great. So that has been my cultural blind spot for the last 5 years. But now I'm back. I'm feeling the zeitgeist of shopping convenience now.
That's like me a little bit with Trader Joe's. Pete and I, like when we used to go grocery shopping for the family, it made more sense to go to one of the larger grocery stores. And, Trader Joe's always seemed like it was, smaller portions, harder to feed the whole family, 6 of us, blah, 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 blah. Well, now it's just 2 of us.
Yeah.
And so we've been going into Trader Joe's, and that is also like, whoa. And the fact that there are some mainstay things, but then there are also things that like come and go like the wind.
Yeah, it's just like Costco for me in that respect, in that there's like a few different items that I buy when I go to Trader Joe's. And then the last time I went, they didn't have those things. So I said, why did I come to Trader Joe's? So it's just one of those things. I mean, they don't charge you a membership, thankfully, but it's just far enough out of the way for me that it's like, yeah, I'm not going there on a regular basis. But when I do go, I'll get these specific things that they don't have elsewhere that I can get for a good deal at Trader Joe's. But some of those things have disappeared. So, tell me what your favorite things, asking at don'taskmetotalk.com that you love to get at Trader Joe's or Costco's or Costco. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I would like to hear from you. There's so many things that people do out there, especially with the Trader Joe's like ingredients, where it's sort of like a very Midwest approach. Like if you take this and you add this, then you get that, food math and all that. But yeah, Costco, that is sort of a cultural blind spot. I mean, it is for some people like the anchor of their Sunday afternoon. Like take a stroll and get the samples.
I think a lot of people, because we went 1 hour to closing time and it was still just insane. Yeah, it's hard to find a strategic time to get to Costco.
Did you get a rotisserie chicken?
No.
People love that.
I know. Yeah, they tend to make my stomach a little bit.
They make mine a little wonky.
Wonky, yeah.
Yeah, I think they must pump something into them.
I think they do to keep it juicy. Yeah,
Yep.
and it makes my stomach upset a little bit. Plus, I had just baked a whole chicken 2 days before. So, yeah.
There you go. All right.
But anyway, generally during this segment, we don't talk about shopping. We talk about movies that we might have caught up on.
Yeah, movies
finally.
and shows and stuff.
And I did some of that this week. And the first one that I watched was not one of those big, I can't believe you haven't seen movies, but it was nominated for a couple Oscars this year. And you mentioned it last week on the show, A Real Pain.
Yes.
And that's streaming, I think, on Hulu. And
I need to finish it.
Yeah, I gave it a shot, and I really enjoyed that. Jesse Eisenberg wrote and directed the movie, and he's great in it. And it's Kieran Culkin as co-starring in the movie.
And he won.
Yeah,
Best
and he
Supporting
won
Actor.
for Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, that was actually really good and not as depressing as I thought it was going to be. Because I mean, the conceit of the movie is it's two cousins that take a trip to Poland to take a tour of Holocaust history sites, and they're Jewish, and they want to see where their grandmother was from.
Yep.
And they take a little trip and go and see her house where she lived in Poland before she immigrated. So, I mean, just on the face of that sounds like, an interesting story, but could be a little bit depressing.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Turns out it was way more fun and funny and laugh out loud in certain spots. And very touching, too. And actually, their cousin dynamic and their travel dynamic really reminded me of when I've taken trips with one of my friends that is very much like the Kieran Culkin character.
Oh, okay.
In just that he just doesn't have a filter.
Yep. Yep.
And-
Like, there's just some moments where you're thinking that the Jesse Eisenberg character is being like super uptight and chill out.
Right.
But then the Kieran Culkin character, you're like, ooh,
Yes.
cringe.
Right.
Ooh, no social awareness at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yet everybody seems to be just totally cool with it. you know,
Right.
which
It's
is
so weird.
The experience that I've had as well.
Would you like to lie down on the sofa and talk about this?
No, but I'm just saying I could relate to it. So.
Sure.
And I'm curious if my friend watches this movie, if he'll think
Think of
the
you?
same thing. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's well worth watching, especially now that it's on Hulu.
I got to finish
Yeah.
watching it.
Check it out.
Yeah. I have been watching all these like sort of quick series. I finally watched Nobody Wants This, the Kristen Bell, Adam Brody, I think that's who it is, show. Super cute. Interesting dynamic between a rabbi and a sex positive podcast host, and just like literally the idea that nobody wants it. And then the show, and I think I talked about this last time, No Good Deed. I finally finished it. A really dark comedy. Ray Romano, Lisa Kudrow, what's his name? Dennis Leary, the comedian, right? Isn't that what his name is? I can't think what his name is.
Well, yeah, Dennis Leary is a comedian and actor. I don't know the show,
Yeah.
so I'm not.
I think that's who it is.
Okay.
And that was really, really interesting. Like super dark. You're like, oh, like I had to put a pin in it for a minute for one of the episodes because I was like, oh, I don't even want to know what happens next. So that was really good. So normally as you know, I've talked about this on the show before, I'm normally in the other room and listening, but
Right.
I've been making a real effort ever since Sedona. I'm realizing that I need to be present
Yeah.
for myself and
moment.
for my partner. And so I am
And to understand these TV series.
well, yeah, this is important. This is my new life's work. Naturally. So, but I can recommend both of those. I'm late to the party. I know that. That's why this is the cultural blind spot.
Right.
And it's not always things that are way past. It might be things that are like current past.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I feel like we're making progress with our project.
We are. We're almost hip to the scene.
I also watched Angela's Ashes this week, which I hadn't seen since it was in the theater.
I never saw that movie. I only read the book.
Oh, well.
Frank McCourt's book.
Yeah, I did the opposite.
Okay.
But I did read his sequel memoir called Tis.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that very much. And actually I met Malachi McCourt, his brother,
Really?
who also was a successful writer and
Interesting.
memoirist. And he came and did a reading at the Bellevue Library one time. And I went and saw him and talked to him briefly, and a very charming guy. Never met Frank, But yeah, that was. I think it still holds up as a good movie. It's still very depressing in parts, and kind of bleak. But also, it was anybody in those circumstances would have had a tough time.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like the movie The Glass Castle, or I don't know if it was a movie, but it was a book, and depressing. But the memoirists that are able to do it in such a way that it's a fascinating story.
Yeah,
and
there's still a lot of charm and a lot of even humor within it. Yeah, so I enjoyed that quite a bit. But boy, there's some bleak moments. But the whole conceit of it is that Frank as a child pretty much thinks they're crazy he was born in New York and ends up going back to Ireland. So they're like emigrating in reverse, essentially. Mm-hmm. And then Ireland at that time is very destitute because after the revolution, they didn't have, the British government propping things up, and they didn't have the trade that they had previously. And it took years for all that stuff to get sorted out, essentially. So I think anybody that was extremely destitute, regardless of what country they were in, would have a tough time. And that's essentially that. So I just think the idea that the answer to his problem is coming to America, which that's the end of it. Spoiler.
Right.
I think, well, that's ironic because they were poor and miserable in America, and then they went back to Ireland and were poor and miserable. I don't necessarily know that coming here was the answer, but he did, go on to become a teacher and a successful writer. So I guess,
Well, and thank God for that poor, miserable existence because it became great fodder.
Right.
Now, I have a question before we switch topics here. This is
because we actually need to get to our topic of the week.
Simply Red. Mick Hucknall, I think was his name. Is he from Ireland?
No, he's from Manchester, England.
Okay. I was showing my son Charlie. He does a book group. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see me. That is actually like an every week they choose an album. And I was listening to it in the car. The song Every Time. What is it? What's the most popular one?
If You Don't Know Me By Now.
If You Don't Know Me By Now. And he was like, oh.
Which was a cover.
Yeah. And I showed him the video and he was like, oh, this guy's dope. With his crazy mop top and the flat cap and the whole thing. And so he's like, I might have to do this. And so anyway, there's just a whole vibe. And he's like, that place is beautiful. And I didn't think to look to see if it was England or Ireland, but it had the moodiness of small town in pick one of the above. So anyway, all right. Should we take a quick break and come back and talk about our actual topic?
Sure. I would just say that, the thing that would tie all of what we just said together is the Simply Red song, Money's Too Tight to Mention.
Yes. It's poor and miserable.
Yes, exactly. But also what's funny about Mick Hucknall to me is that he was in a punk band back in the early 80s, late 70s, called the Frantic Elevators. And then he went on to have all this success doing soft rock hits much later, which is
fascinating.
Yeah, always, a
really unique
surprising
voice.
to me. Yes.
Really specific. Sort of reminds me of Alison Moyet's voice. There's an old vibe to it, like R&B.
Yeah, he was in that original group of Manchester punks that were really inspired by seeing the Sex Pistols. So to go from that to If You Don't Know Me By Now, it's just such a mind blower. But anyway.
Maybe money was too tight to mention.
There you go.
All right. When we come back, we will mention worst chores in our humble opinions.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Stacey Heller. I'm one of your podcast pals, along with Eric Ryder from Don't Ask Me to Talk. Are you liking what you're listening to? Awesome. We would love if you would follow us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram as Don't Ask Me to Talk. We also are wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can follow us, subscribe, like, rate, whatever it is that you do. You can also email us. That's asking@don'taskmetotalk.com. And if you'd like, text or leave us a voicemail at 475-999-2726. Basically, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening. Don't ask me to talk.
And we're back on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm Stacey Heller.
Thanks so much for sticking with us. We are at that time in the show where we have to tackle our top topic of today, which was selected by our...
Quite a tongue twister.
It is. Our good buddy, the Wheel o' Topics. And the Wheel o' Topics is populated with many topics, all selected by the one and only Stacey Heller.
That's me.
Now, last week we selected worst chores. And I always like to ask, what was the thinking behind adding that to the wheel?
Changing the litter box.
Yeah, that's not a fun one.
And basically it's like I do it, I would say 98% of the time, unless I'm away or something like that. And I'm like, why do I always get the worst chores? So then Pete and I were having a debate about like the worst chores. And he's like, well, I do the laundry. And I'm like, well, I did the laundry for the first 30 years of our marriage. And I don't think that's the worst chore. So it was, that fun little marital banter that sometimes happens, or maybe significant other banter or roommate banter. And so I was like, this is a great topic for the Wheel o' Topics.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where it came from.
Yeah, I got to say, changing the litter box is not fun. And that actually convinced me to buy a litter robot back when I had cats.
Do you still have it?
I do.
Do you want to give it to me? You want to sell it to me?
Sure.
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
Is it good?
I actually went through several of them because they changed the model over the years, and some of them didn't do so well. And then I found this one that wasn't Litter Robot brand, but was by a company called Pet Kit, and that was my favorite one of all of those.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's a very, very handy device to have, and it takes a lot of the nastiness.
Maybe that's what I want for my birthday.
Yeah.
Eric, you're a genius. Look at that. Best gift, worst chore.
Right. Yeah. So that's what we need. Forget AI and quit making the stupid crap that they post on social media with
all the fake
too many fingers on people and fake images and
right?
all this nonsense. We just need robots that are willing to do our chores and do them well.
Right.
That's this could be a whole topic to itself, but I think the vacuuming robots, when they came out with that, I thought hey, here we go. We're finally in the future. I'm going to have my own Rosie. It looks like a little disc. But the thing with those, and not necessarily going to name any brands, there's multiple ones, but the cup that holds the dirt is so small.
Who has that little dirt?
That's right. But also, you have to change it out every single time. It's just easier to vacuum for yourself at that point.
I think at that point,
you need a R2-D2 sized, or at least a BB-8 sized vacuum.
The other thing that they
do
don't
a good job.
Tell you is that you've got to lift up, because we had one for a minute, and you've got to lift up the chairs and lift up everything. If you really want underneath either the counter or under your dining table or whatever it is, you really have to lift all the obstacles. Otherwise, it's going to get stuck. And then trying to decide when you want to program it to go off so that it's not going to bother you. Yeah.
And apparently I haven't learned my lessons, because they make one that does mopping now, and I keep thinking, I kind of want to get that mopping robot.
Because it's you just want it to be, it's
yes,
the autonomous driving cars. Yeah. It's
they're not quite there with pretty much everything that is supposed to save us time and energy. They make the robot mowers now.
What?
And I kind of want to see from somebody that owns one really how well it does, because that would be cool to have. But my experience with the robot vacuums has not been great. So
can you imagine the path? Like the random, it would not be like a Major League Baseball field with the nice lines. It would be like, wow.
It's supposed to use like GPS to do it, in a constructive manner.
You could do maybe a pattern. It's like,
yeah.
You're like, F you, Dave, in your lawn.
But if I had a robot to handle whatever the worst chore is, I think it would be really cool. And I don't know what I think is the worst chore as we talk about it. I kind of don't mind doing chores, just because ever since I came up with the life hack of putting on a podcast while I do stuff, I kind of enjoy it. Whether it's loading dishes or putting the dishes away or whatever. I don't mind it so much anymore, I find it kind of like not fun, but almost
fine.
meditative. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, where it's like doing dishes used to be, when I had to do dishes by hand, that was the worst thing in my mind. Yeah,
I am feeling for you, everybody that doesn't have a dishwasher.
Yeah,
like that is a bummer. Although I will say, dishwashers, like, they don't always get everything.
No, it's true. Yeah, they can be a bummer themselves.
Yeah, totally. I think because we only have like a couple minutes here. So I don't like doing litter, but now I've gotten this amazing idea for a litter robot. And then the other thing is paperwork. Like, when bills come in and managing paperwork, and then we have this box that everything just gets thrown into, and then it just builds up. And then I feel like it requires both of us to go through it, to sort it in either file or toss. And it's like, I feel like I'm touching paper too many times. And that drives me insane.
Yeah.
And I also need it's not a chore, but this is a project. I need the when I die binder.
Okay.
Like, where all the information is, so everybody can go to it. And I need sort of the if Pete were to die binder, because I'm like, I don't know, maybe we've got money under our mattress. Maybe it's in an account. I don't know what the password is to anything.
I mean, that I think technically has to be the worst chore, because it reminds you of your mortality while you're doing it.
A little bit.
Whereas I'm thinking like putting my clothes away is the worst chore, because I clearly don't seem to do that as often as I should. So that must be, even though I don't think it's that difficult, it's got to be the worst chore.
It's an open air dresser. You're just airing out your clothes.
That's what I'm doing. So I don't know. But yeah, that's got to be my worst chore, is putting my clothes away. Because, the problem is it's that mid period between them being clean and fresh and them being ready to, put away after the laundry. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, do I put this back? Do I hang this back up in the closet? It's one wearing away from being put in the laundry, but it's not quite ready for the laundry yet.
Yeah.
And it's that limbo that is the bane of my existence.
As we Catholics like to say, it's purgatory.
It is, yeah. It's purgatory for my clothes, the top of my dresser.
There you go.
All right, so I think we solved it. I think we cracked we cracked this
litter,
wide open.
Putting clothes away, and paperwork.
Yes.
All right.
Let us know what your worst chore is. All right. And, something that I have to do, but I don't mind doing, is spinning the wheel each week and finding out what we're going to talk about on next week's Don't Ask Me to Talk.
Let's do it.
Keep a journal?
Yes. Keep a journal. Do you? Would you? Would you like to? Do you wish you did?
No.
That's it.
That's it. How about you?
Okay. No, wish I did. Do you want to pick another one?
Let's do it.
See, folks, sometimes you get twofers.
That's right. If I were an animal.
This will be good. Yeah. All right. If I were an animal, that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be interesting. You'll totally forget about it.
Now, is this the animal that we would aspire to be? Or is this like what animals do we think we have most in common with?
Porque no los dos. Why not both?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I can go any direction. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Stacy.
Thanks.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bye.